Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My dear subscribers, I hope that you are all doing well and great in your lives. Welcome back to my YouTube channel Learn Biology with Naz. In today's topic, we are going to discuss the pollination, its definition, its types, and the adaptations in insect and wind pollinated flower. Pollination. Transfer of pollen grains from anther to stigma is called pollination. There are two types of pollinations. One of those is cross-pollination and second one is self-pollination. Self-pollination. It is defined as the transfer of pollen grains from the anther to stigma of the same flower. It means that if the flower is bisexual, it means that it have both male and female reproductive part, or other flower of the same plant means a single plant has two types of flower that are unisexual. One flower has only male reproductive part and other flower has only female reproductive part, that is gynecium, and male reproductive of androecium. So when the pollen grains are transferred on the flowers of the same plant or between the same flowers, this is called self-pollination. Cross-pollination. It is the pollination across two plants flower, and its condition is that the flower must be of same species plant, that the pollen grains of rose flower will be transferred to the pollen grain and stigma of the rose, and so on and so forth. So we'll define it as the transfer of pollen grains from the flower on one plant to the flower on other plants of the same species. Now, cross-pollination is brought about by various sources like wind, water, bees, birds, bats, and other animals, including human. The insect-pollinated and wind-pollinated flower have structural adaptations that facilitate the transfer of pollen grains between two plants. Some of these adaptations are described below. Features. In this feature, we discuss about size, color, nectar, floral arrangement, stamen and stigma, pollen grains and stigmas in insect and wind pollinated flower. So, the size of insect pollinated flower is generally large, and the size of wind pollinated flower is generally small. The reason of the size being large in insect pollinated flower is that insects have to sit on the petals of flower and they have to suck the nectar, so these are large. Color. The petals of insect pollinated flower are brightly colored like roses and sunflower etc. to attract the insects for pollination, while the petals of wind pollinated flower are green or dull in color. Nectar. Petals of insect pollinated flower produces nectar, and the petals of wind pollinated flower don't produce nectar. Floral arrangement or whorl arrangement. In insect pollinated flower, flowers face upward as we see in all of the flowering plants, that is sunflower or rose, to help the birds or insect to sit over it. While in wind pollinated flower, flower hang down for easy shaking. Stamens and stigma. Stamen are the units of male reproductive part of flower, that is androecium, and stigma is the subpart of female reproductive part, that is carpel. Stigma, style and ovary, these are the three subparts of carpel. So the stamen and stigma in the insect pollinated flower are enclosed in the ring of petals, while in wind pollinated flower they hang out for a ring of petals. The pollen grains in insect pollinated flower are small number, and these are heavy and sticky, so that they stick with the birds and any agencies and to reach to the female flower. While in wind pollinated flower, pollen grains are large in number and these are light with smooth surface. If we talk about stigma, so the stigma of insect pollinated flower is pinhead shape with no branches, while in that of wind pollinated flowers, feathery branches for catching pollen grains are present on the stigma. Now, examples of insect pollinated flower and wind pollinated flower. Examples of insect pollinated flower are buttercups, rose, wallflower, sunflower, orchids, etc., while those of wind pollinated flower are grasses, hazel, willow, corn, etc. So far in this video, inshallah, we will meet in the next video with new topic. Till then, take care of yourself and your beloved ones. Allah Hafiz.